Branding expert, Dr. John Tantillo. He is also an applied research psychologist. He's reading our minds, Allison. But let's get to it with you. You know, you never get a second chance to make a good first impression here. And, you know, trying to define this race, it's very important for these candidates to do this. They have their rapid response teams. Who won the rapid response battle to the Harris-Biden ticket? Was it the Trump campaign or the Biden campaign?
Yeah, it was a Trump campaign, John. I mean, they probably had a bunch of commercials in the can ready for the second that announcement was made. And he reacted, you know, he was at a press conference yesterday, but that ad dropped just moments after that announcement was made. And then Joe Biden putting out this commercial. I really wouldn't even call it a commercial. And again, it's narrated by Kamala Harris. And he didn't put it out till today. So President Trump, as you know, he's great at marketing. He's great at advertising. So he was the first one to get that out there.
John, one of the things that really surprised me this morning when I got on the internet, logged on to YouTube, went to the official Joe Biden campaign page, and what video do they have pinned to the top of their page? They still had the Obama-Biden video that they released a little while back, their distance conversation video. So, like, who's running the YouTube page there? Do they not really care about this important piece of information, the nominee for their Democratic vice presidential pick?
Well, let's put it this way. The Democrats are not the best at digital marketing. That's the domain of the Trumpster. So I would say that they have a lot of problems. And the biggest problem that they have is that Kamala Harris is the insider's brand. It's not the voter brand. And she's going to have a lot of problems getting accepted because, remember, she wasn't picked in the primary. She was rejected. And no one's thinking of this. They're only looking at boxes as opposed to thinking about voters. Not very smart when it comes to marketing. Because in marketing, it's all about your voters or all about your customers.
You know, Allison, typically there's a big splash when the VP nominee is announced. People are interested in a news cycle or two, maybe. But of course, things are different this time around with so much emphasis put on the Kamala Harris pick. Is she basically the de facto nominee?
Yeah, I think that, as you mentioned, you know, we give some press to whoever is picked, but this is very different. We have Joe Biden. If he wins, when he gets in that White House, he's going to be the oldest president, older than Ronald Reagan. And both sides are questioning cognitive ability. So you've heard from Democrats and especially Republicans that could Kamala Harris be our next president if things were to happen. So the press needs to really hit her hard with questions because she has a lot to answer. She flip-flops. As John mentioned, her brand, she didn't resonate with voters. That's why she did great at that first primary. But after that, she just couldn't get people to buy in. She's not soft. She's not warm and welcoming, and she doesn't resonate with voters.
We saw two contrasting, images there too in those commercials, John, where, if you watch the Biden ad and the Kamala Harris ad and you believe it and you put aside our own personal feelings about it, it is aspirational, it's forward-looking, it's positive and optimistic. The Trump ad obviously is very negative and, scary a little bit. And we've seen this as the tactic that Trump has used. But this makes me think also of 1972. When Nixon wasn't very popular, but he ran on a law and order. You can't trust the other side. Who are they going to be? We don't know at the very end. But this is the same type of election. People want stability right now. And I don't think they get that with Kamala Harris. And they don't really project that in the video either.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think that the problem with Harris is that she simply did not connect and does not connect. And the people that she connects with are, once again, the insiders, and I just don't see her resonating with the electorate the way the people who are in the know.
Yeah, and there's two ways to look at this too, Allison. This is going to be a base election where it's important to get out all the super progressive, the liberals, get that part out. But also the moderates are going to factor into this. We've been showing this poll, 21% of the moderate voters, according to YouGov, preferred Elizabeth Warren. So it doesn't really seem like Kamala Harris excites moderates or the base.
No, well, she's claiming that she's moderate, but if you look at the policies and what she supports, she's very much progressive, and that's going to be a struggle for her because Joe Biden's saying I'm progressive, all for the Green New Deal, and that's what she's for. So they really need to figure out a way with their strategy of how do you get those moderate Democrats, because there's a lot of them out there.
There are, and a lot of them voted for Trump in 2016. We'll see what happens. Allison Maloney, thanks so much. John Tantillo, great to see you both.